Hello, welcome to my HCI Coursework 1 video. In this video, I'll be going over the UX research I did and the design changes to go along with it. Firstly, about my research. So my research centers around the user experience of the website Unsplash, which is a website I really enjoy and often use for individual projects I do at home. In my research, I did a form of a questionnaire which I sent to my participants. Unsplash is a website dedicated to sharing copyright-free photographs under the Unsplash license. It is a site that allows photographers of all skill levels to upload photos to be used by creators worldwide. The images are high resolution that can be used for various purposes like content creation, web design, academic projects, or personal use. For my participants, I just sent the questionnaire to everyone in my social network, which includes friends, family, and colleagues, all of which I can fully trust to give me honest feedback. Here I have some forms which go over the ethics of my research. We have the ethics approval form, research information sheet, participant right to withdraw form, ethics consent form, task set that I gave to the participants, and exit questionnaire. Now section 2. So as I mentioned, I use a questionnaire to gather relevant data. To make it, I use Google Forms. In my questionnaire, I used some repeating questions such as, roughly how long did that take you? And rate the difficulty of that task. I thought both these questions were quite important because it allows me to get a good understanding of how well the participant did the task. For example, if a participant enters a high number of seconds but said the task was easy, then I can look at ways to maybe shorten that time in the redesign. When looking at the difficulty question, I mostly looked at the tasks that had been given ratings of 3 or higher, as this many wasn't easy enough, which I would then focus on more in the redesign. From the results I got, there were some conclusive thoughts on the participants. Many participants could not figure out how to visual search, so I felt that was a priority to change. Secondly, one of the two participants struggled to find the menu, specifically the About page. Two participants commented on the potentially having more filters, and few participants struggled to find the photographer's profile, so I thought I should lightly make that more prominent. Section 3. Now looking at the redesigns I came up with, I'll show you before and afters and describe what I've changed and why I changed it. Firstly, we have the website when you first enter. In my questionnaire, I asked the question in one word, how would you describe the website upon first looks? The results were all positive, which were with words like clean and simplistic. Also, when I asked what they first noticed, they pretty much all noticed the first image drew their attention. Um, Now I thought these were great, but I wanted to make it even more simplistic and really make the images more the focal point. As you can see, I've removed a lot of the writing at the top of the menu so your eye goes straight to the main page. I increased the size of the title and search bar and centered them. I think this makes the two items stand out more, as I know personally when using the website the first thing I do is use the search bar to look for images. Additionally, you may notice that I've simplified the top menu. As I said before, I wanted to make the visual search much more easier to find for newer users, so I named it visual search and gave it an icon which I think better visualizes what it does. I didn't keep in the same place, however, as I think it makes sense to have it on the search bar. I did remove some links from the top menu, which are Advertise, Blog, and Unsplash Plus, as I feel these are better put in the additional menu rather than the main page menu. I feel the links I kept, like the submit and photo button, the notifications, and the your profile, are all things you would want easy access to, and the things that are typically kept in the top menu on websites. Now this is the main menu of the Unsplash page, not the one I created, but this is the one that I created. I feel like it looks a lot more simpler, and even though you have to go through a little bit of extra steps, I feel like it's just more cohesive for its piece. And also, having the social media, I thought on the previous one, the social media icons were a bit in the weird place, so I decided to make them more noticeable, as a lot of social media nowadays has great advertising. When looking at the site after you search for an image, as you can see, the filters are right there, and you've got photos, collections, and users. I decided to add this bit I think, in my opinion, a better way. As you can see, I added another filter of resolution, as those were brought up by the participants in the questionnaire. I also centered the photos, collections, and users, as I thought those were quite key things when you're searching the images. For my last For my last redesign, as you can see, when you click on the photo, this is what it usually brings up. However, I feel like this is a bit hard. Some of the participants, talked about how they couldn't find the profile as well, and also the download button's quite small. So I decided to make it a bit bigger. I Profile is definitely more prominent, and also the description, which you couldn't see in the other photo, is now more obvious, as it's right there for you. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I can't wait for coursework too.